Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's Sundays in Cybele. It is insanely gray today. Just a quick weather update. Yesterday, Saturday, we had a high of 65 where I live. I opened all the windows, did some spring cleaning, aired out the apartment, just like we took advantage of this beautiful day. Last night, the temperature plummeted to 30 degrees overnight, and when I woke up this morning, it was snowing. It's snowing again, actually. It's not sticking, though. It's just turning rain. It's like 35, 36 right now. So, yeah, that's New Jersey. It's New Jersey for you. That's pretty much how our weather goes. So, this week on Sundays in Cybele, I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. And then, as it turned out, I stopped in Goodwill on Friday, and I found 125 patterns, all of which are vintage, all of which are, I shouldn't say all of them, there were one or two that looked like they might be from the early 2000s, but even those would be vintage if it's 2002 or younger, or older, I should say. And it was just like, I just had to. It was like kismet. I couldn't believe it. I walked in, and the girl that works there looked at me and she goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you finally came in. I was wondering when you were going to come in." And they had put all of the patterns in bags and then put them in laundry baskets. Included in there were multiple bags of large format Vogues, which they'd stuffed in. And I've already started working with them a little bit because they really did crush them into the bag. And so they were breaking the envelopes, which were older, not in great shape either already. But then, and I get it, the Goodwill employees, they don't know what they're looking at. They don't care. Somebody tells them put five in each bag. Okay, they grab 5 and they put it in a bag, and then they squish it in so that they can tie a knot in the bag. It's not like me. They're not like crazy about patterns and go like, when they see all these patterns, right? So I am going to do a special Goodwill Tuesday on Tuesday. I have the day off. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So in the afternoon, I'm thinking around 5 o'clock, I'm going to do a special live feed and we'll go through the box. Now, I did go through and pull out like all the patterns that were uncut, which there wasn't a lot. There was like 30 maybe out of 125 patterns. So not great. And I think my total was $115. So again, not great, but not awful. Like kind of, 90 cents a pattern. Not too bad. Some of the patterns were amazing, especially the large format Vogue, so I'm really excited about showing them to you guys. But with that said, I decided since I'm going to be doing that on Tuesday, and I will set that up probably while this is uploading, I'll set that up, which by the way, it's not late in the afternoon. This might not go live until late in the afternoon, but it's only like 1:30 in New Jersey. It's just so dark outside. And yesterday was the opposite. It was beautiful and sunny, bright and gorgeous. Anyway, I digress. So because I'm going to do that on Tuesday, I'm going to show you the other stuff I got Friday because I may not go to Goodwill on Tuesday. I might. Haven't decided. I like to pop back in because sometimes more of these patterns pop up, but we'll see. If that's the case, I will add them to the existing lot and we'll still do the live feed. But since I'm not going to do a traditional Tuesday Goodwill haul, I'm going to show you what I picked up on Friday. So Friday's when I went in, I found all these patterns. But I also found a couple of other things that I thought were amazing and I grabbed them. So here's the first thing. So this is about 2 yards. This is an industrial fabric. It's obviously curtain fabric. I'm thinking 60s, could be 70s. It's not 80s. It's the wrong color scheme. Could be as old as 50s because it is kind of got some chartreuse going on there, right? Or is that olive? See, I'm thinking 70s because it kind of reminds me of the like avocado appliances, but couldn't resist. It was $3.99. It's 2 yards, but it's so wide because it's made for curtains. It's got to be 60 inches. It almost looks like it's bigger than 60 inches. I actually didn't measure the width of it. I only measured the length of it, so I should probably do that. The other thing I got, which I was so excited about, is I got not one, but 2. I'm trying not to get the glare on this. Sorry. That's why I turned off the overhead light because the glare was bad. Not 1, but 2 bowls. And they are, I hope you guys can read that. Okay, so this is Blue Ridge Southern Pottery. This This seal here is the 1940s version. And early 50s. When you get later into the 50s, it's actually blue. It says Blue Ridge Southern Pottery on it. And the font's different. And then I was so excited when I saw this. So this is the 5,000th, that's hard to say, 7th piece of this. It does have some chips, unfortunately. Let me see if I can see, like there's some chips up here, but they're small and I don't care because I have 2 plates like this. I also have from this company, but not in this design. By the way, this design's called Chloe. From this line, the Blue Ridge Southern Pottery, I have a creamer that is called Dixie Daffodil. Dixie Daffodil? No, I'm sorry, Dixie Dogwood. But the woman that made them, her name was Joni, and since these are hand painted, so she would sign Joni. So it's, a lot of people call it Joni China, which is kind of an interesting thing. Like, you know, like I said, this is Chloe. Look how beautiful it is. I love it. And then I have 2 large dinner plates. I'd love to get more pieces of this. I don't see this pattern as much as I see the other ones. There is some up on Etsy, but boy, is it expensive. And so it's a little pricey for me. I'm a little priced out of it, so I'm just going to have to keep collecting it piece by piece. I also have another creamer that's, it's called, well, it's Cannonburg Ivy. So it's like ivy, and then it's got like a flower that's kind of a cranberry colored, and it's very pretty. It's got little dots on it. And I picked those up at Goodwill too. So these were my Goodwill finds. I think I'm finally going to make curtains. That haul that I got, by the way, speaking of curtains, had the worst 90s curtains pattern that I've seen in forever. I will definitely show it to you guys. But do you remember when we did, they were called swags? Okay. So I'm laughing because I think everybody had these. I even had these, right? And I look at them now and I'm like, that's kind of not my taste, right? But everybody had them. You would swag a piece of fabric through the top of your, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm looking at the one in this room, curtain rod. And you'd have like your curtains, then you had a swag piece. Well, this is a pattern for making a valance and a swag piece. And I was like, oh my God, this brings me back. But when I was kind of triaging the patterns yesterday, just taking a look at them, seeing what's in there, seeing like, you know, aside from the large format Vogues, so many 90s patterns, lots of 80s too, and lots of 70s. So it's gonna be one of those let's set the Wayback Machine kind of thing when we do the live stream, because they are, you know, pretty amazing. And you'll wait till you see the thumbnail. I took a picture of all of them in the cart before I started checking out at Goodwill, so that'll be the thumbnail. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to take a look back at what we used to wear and thought, I look great. And now we look at it and we're like, geez, what was I thinking, right? So it should be really fun. It was a very interesting haul. Like I said, it was only about 30 patterns that were uncut out of the 125. So the majority of them were cut. There is no simplicity, which I thought was very odd. Lots of McCalls, a lot of Vogue, which is why I bought them, because pretty much every bag that I grabbed, I could see a Vogue in it. And Vogue, like I've said before, Vogue always sells well for me, even if it's cut. Some Butterick, smattering of Butterick, not a lot, but lots of McCalls and lots of Vogue. So this woman really loved McCalls and Vogues. I don't know if this belongs to Our Lady, that I've been hauling all of her stuff. Maybe. It's a tough call, because I didn't get a lot of large format Vogues from the first couple of hauls of patterns that I think belong to her. So, not sure. Maybe because they just weren't there. Who knows? I got a couple. Maybe this is her. So, I don't know. I don't know how many patterns this woman had. Every time I think that I'm done hauling patterns from this one particular lady, her family apparently donates more boxes to Goodwill because I keep finding the patterns in there. But anyway, until my next video, which will be, as I said, a live stream Tuesday afternoon at 5. We'll do like a dinner hour kind of thing. And I will show you these 125 patterns, whatever I'm looking over there to see if I can remember exactly how many it was, but I think it was 125. Until then, stay warm or cool, depending on what the weather is like where you are. Stay well, I'm getting a little hoarse, but I think it's because the weather can't make up its mind what it would like to be. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think of my gorgeous fabric. I'll take a picture of both of these for the thumbnail, so that's what the thumbnail will be. But this fabric is as they say, fab. It's definitely a polyester blend. I can feel it, but it's made to look and behave probably like a linen, because it's got that kind of wider weave that linen has. And it's kind of nice. I still don't have curtains in my kitchen here. I don't really have a kitchen here. I have like a breakfast nook area that's supposed to be the dining area, and it's only got one window, and then it's got a back door. But this is more than enough fabric to cover both of those. So there you go. That's what I'm going to be making with these. When? I don't know, because just when I start to get this sewing room together and I start to get patterns put away, I buy more patterns, because I obviously have some profound addiction to the paper, or so, I don't know, because I mean I don't even have time to sew anymore, and I'm still getting patterns, but I digress. So until the next video, stay well, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on Tuesday afternoon. Bye.